Hi, my name is Michael Payne. I'm a senior R&D chemist here at Pajarito Powder, and I've been with the company for just over a year. I'm coming from Boston. I did my PhD at MIT. So I was pretty motivated to start working in some green technology. I spent my PhD studying porous materials, heterogeneous catalysts, and that could take you in a lot of directions. So I was really looking for an opportunity, and Pajarito Powder, being a hydrogen technology company, was a really nice way for me to apply my background to a cause that I cared about. So when I first applied to Pajarito Powder, I hadn't thought too much of the opportunity until I interviewed, and then got really excited about the professional direction that this job could take me here at this company. But I did have some reservations. I just didn't have any personal connections to Albuquerque or the state of New Mexico, and frankly didn't really know a lot about the area. So I let my on-site interview serve as a sort of tour and came out here in November of 2023 to interview with the company, but also to kind of get a lay of the land. And I just found Albuquerque really surprised me in a lot of ways. I was surprised at the character of the people here in the city. They're so friendly and kind. Just even the random passing interactions, like with my Uber drivers, were so much warmer than I was used to in the East Coast. And I also distinctly remember I flew in at night, and then I was taking my ride to the facility for my interview the next morning, and I hadn't even noticed the mountains yet, but there they were, just off, not even off in the horizon, just right there in front of you. I kind of fell in love with it already at that point, but did my research, talked to a lot of people, and found that there is a really rich scientific community here. That's something that I really value as a scientist myself. And so, you know, my concerns about kind of displacing to the middle of nowhere, this is not the middle of nowhere. It's a really beautiful, vibrant city with a lot of resources, a lot of talent. I found myself really excited to move here after just a couple of visits and a little bit of research. Pajarito Powder is still a pretty small company, and it's been growing very quickly. And when I joined on, the team was pretty small, and so the opportunity that was presented to me, they created this new role for a senior R&D scientist, and that role has so far been extremely exciting. It's been an opportunity to train a bunch of young scientists, build a lab dedicated to the porous materials that I've studied for so long. Sandia National Labs has a Center for Integrated Nanotechnologies, and because of my location here in Albuquerque at this growing firm, you know, we don't have access in-house to some of these extremely expensive electron microscopes, but because of our proximity to CENT and to Sandia, I'm able to go use their tunneling electron microscope to take images of our materials for our research and development at 1,000,000 times magnification. That's a small example of the training and the infrastructure, and it's just a really rich scientific community, not to mention all of the manufacturing, all the engineers from all of these other big players in town. I mean, the company is, since I joined, I technically started at the end of December in 2023, but I moved out here in January of last year, and since then the company has doubled in size. These kinds of opportunities like JTIP, these kind of new career opportunities, especially in the private industry, are extremely important. New Mexico has excellent national lab resources. We have 2 national labs in the state, which is more than most, but those national lab careers are usually very, very long. It's not a lot of new opportunities generally being created. And so we have a lot of excellent scientific resources to keep drawing early career scientists and more advanced scientists as well, people further down the road in their careers. Just more opportunities in the private industry especially that can leverage those incredible federal resources through the national labs, leverage the academic resources of institutes like UNM, and really start to create an industry of our own. When people ask me how I'm doing out here in Albuquerque, the first thing I tell them to do is to come visit. I didn't have Albuquerque on my radar at all when I was in graduate school. I never really expected to end up in New Mexico, but it really was this opportunity that brought me to Albuquerque. It was a professional direction, and when I moved out here, I found that I loved the place.